This is my review on 2003's Hulk movie. I love this Hulk movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. I love how well constructed the story was, and I love how when Hulk makes his appearance on screen, he looks cool. And I love how at first they show Hulk from the shadows, and then you see his face, and you see how and then you see how big he is, and what he looks as he comes out of the shadows. You see how big he is. He looks so cool. He looks very like the Hulk from the comics. This Hulk does look awesome. Eric Banner's Hulk, Eric Banner is the actor who plays Bruce Banner in this movie, and he does a really good job as Bruce Banner too. I loved his performance. And I like the cameo that Lou Ferrigno had in this movie. It was less in your face than one was. It wasn't in your face unlike when it was in the Incredible Hulk movie. It was more, as in, like, I thought it was more so seeing him casually walk out of a police station as a cop and having a conversation to Stan Lee. In the cameo, it's a cameo with Stan Lee and Lou Ferrigno, the same cameo in one, the two cameos in one. That was a cool cameo, but it wasn't in your face. I think that was the best Stan Lee cameo I've ever seen, ever in my life. Lou Ferrigno was a appreciative cameo. If those who don't know, that's played the Hulk on the show called The Incredible Hulk from the 70s or 80s in live action, I believe it was from one of those decades. 90s and 70s decades it was from. Of television shows. Lasts for multiple seasons. Haven't seen the whole show. But from what I've seen of it, I like that show. The only thing that bothers me about that show, now I'm going to touch on, they never got Bruce Banner's name right. They changed it to David Banner. But in the movie, they got it right. For the 2003 reimagining of the Hulk. And from there on, they got the name right. In live action, everything since. But this was the first one that did it first. So this is the first time we see the actual Bruce Banner was his actual name. Played by Eric Banner. The actor. Who is playing to Techlo. Technically, he's the first person to ever really play the Bruce Banner from the comics. Because Bill Bixby might have been great and all, but he didn't play Bruce Banner. He played a different character who was, well, basically Bruce Banner just was the wrong name, first name. When you think about it, it's what bothered me. So much, you know. So I wish I could say I love Bill Bixby as a Bruce Banner, but he didn't play Bruce Banner. He played David Banner. Not Bruce Banner, so I know it's confusing because David Banner is the name of Hulk's father in the comics and in the movie. The 2003 reimagining of the Hulk. Now, in the comics, Hulk, his father, as far as I know, didn't, experimented on Hulk. As far as I know, this was abusive to Hulk when he was a kid. I'm sorry, I forget that he wasn't Hulk then. When he was a kid, he was called Banner then. They didn't call Hulk until he gets the, he's not called Hulk, he doesn't become Hulk until he gets the powers. When he's exposed to gamma radiation in the comics explosion. And so I noticed how, like, there's some changes, like, that I didn't mind, but I thought it was kind of weird. Like, I thought it was kind of weird how David Banner, Bruce Banner's father in the movie, became the Absorbing Man villain for Marvel history. Now, I'll admit, I don't know that much about the Absorbing Man, nor his identity. I just know, like, his powers and his name. Of his supervillain name. I don't know that much about him, never read a comic. I just know what little I know from seeing Earth Mightiest Hero show. Here and there, see him there. And also some on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. he was also on. I'm not going to act like I have that big knowledge on him, to that character, so maybe this will be, maybe some people have more knowledge of him than me. I'm sure someone's out there has some knowledge of have that character more than me, so there's a chance I'm probably getting his villain name wrong. Because I haven't really seen comic he's from. I don't know anything about him outside what I know about him from the cartoons that I've seen him in. Basically, so. And I thought he made a good villain. Of the movie. David Banner made a good villain. When he gets the powers and exposes himself to radiation. Like, this time it's on purpose, unlike, well, Banner, like in the comics, did it because, a heroic act, which put him in the, but instead of, turning the Hulk right away, it's a bit of a slight delay. It happens, but then if flashbacks start to happen from his childhood that he suppressed, and when he's in the middle of the hospital from being exposed to radiation, he starts turning into Hulk, and when his trauma starts to resurface from his childhood that he suppressed, caused by his father, David Banner, and that he's kind of suppressed it and forgot about from all of his trauma that he built up from his childhood, going back from he was really young. So going back to his baby years. And he seems to remember bits and pieces about it, and it doesn't come fully back to him until he is in this, till the government, till General Ross gets him and tranquilizes him before he can turn into the Hulk, because the Bay called Bruce, called General Ross on Bruce in the overnight. And this is after he's been turned to Hulk, I don't know, several nights in a row, and after she knows Bay's the Hulk, everybody knows that he's the Hulk, and This is after dogs are sent after him by his father from his father to kill him. And he just kills all the dogs that are supposed to have radiation. And they're mutated. And hideous looking. Which leads to a pretty impressive fight scene in the wood at nighttime. Well shot and well looked. And well lit. And you can easily make out what's going on, I thought. It wasn't too dark, but it wasn't... Yeah, it wasn't too dark. To like make out what was going on, I thought. I mean, I was well lit, you know. Even though it was all obviously, even though it probably was all CGI fight scene, it was pretty good. A fight scene. There's a lot of good action stuff, and like the part where Hulk goes up against a tank, an army of tanks, and defeats the army of tanks. Or like when he has to go over and jumps on into a moving jet, and the jet can't shake off Hulk's grip, and he starts banging the glass on the jet, and the jet goes into outer space, and then goes further and further off course and starts going to space, and Hulk starts passing out and on back into Earth, so into the ocean. And then he comes back covered in dirt, ready to take on more of the army, led by General Ross and his army, until Betty puts two and two together. The only way to stop him is to calm him the fuck down. Because the more she figures, the more he gets angry, the more he powerful, the more he's going to get angry, the more firepower they fire at him, the worse he's going to get. And the more angry he's going to get, and stronger he's going to get, and fast he's going to get. Also, more. And learns that this Hulk is very adaptable. And I didn't thought this Hulk was too big. I like the size of this Hulk. I didn't mind that, okay? I didn't mind he was a little bigger than the Hulk I'm normally used to seeing in the comics. I thought it was cool, okay? I didn't mind, okay? And I love all the action the Hulk pulls off in this movie. This has most action. Once Hulk gets back all the events that he remembers from his past trauma, that's when the movie really starts to get going. Hulk really, he had pretty much had to stay throughout the movie, and he just smashes a bunch of stuff. And takes on the army of General Ross's army. After he escapes General Ross's base. And into freedom. To freedom. And out of the base, they want him back so they can experiment on him because he's dangerous. Because I guess Roth wants to use Hulk as he's wants to kill. I'm not sure he's in this whole also he wants to kill Hulk or use Hulk as a weapon. I'm not really. I don't know why. I just know that this Ross is afraid of Banner because he's dangerous. So because he reminds him a lot of his father, David Banner, in the movie, Ross, who he cannot stand and trust. So he's saying, so David Banner is the guy that is the guy that Hulk fights in the third act, who turns into the Absorbing Man, and he basically adapts to Hulk's surroundings and turns into all of Hulk's surroundings. So Hulk's surroundings, Hulk basically is doing everything he can do to smash this guy. But he turns into lightning, he turns into air, he turns into to clouds, and he turns into water. He can turn into rocks. He turns into sand next and dirt and also stuff. And he turns into electricity. He can absorb he absorbs the power and turn into that stuff to his surroundings. And that's his advantage to defeat Hulk. And then he starts absorbing Hulk's radiation and pretty much draining Hulk. The more he fights, he trains Hulk. And then when Hulk fight his father underwater, and his father's pretty much winning, I guess, and freezes the ice while Hulk's in war with his father and trying to kill Hulk. And because Hulk's strength is from the radiation, and he's pretty much pure radiation. His anger is from. His anger is pure radiation. It runs off of pure. Is pretty much his anger and he's radiation exposed to his body's running off of radiation, and it's like his father. So it's kind of explained in the movie that they're creating some sort of big bomb when they're fighting, gonna blow up say with this event, and they do, and it's kind of unclear who came out on top until we cut to Bruce Banner helping out civilians with medical supplies and tending to civilians as a doctor, and he's grown a beard, and this terrorist steps in his way. And he finally delivers the iconic line that Bill Bixby said in the series. And he delivers the line straight and doesn't turn into a joke, unlike Edward Norton did in the 2008 Hulk film. And that line is, "Don't make me angry, you won't like me when I'm angry." And he plays it straight, that line, and says it correctly in order. Too bad we never got Edward Norton to say that in order, but just said it as a throwaway joke. That's another downfall of Edward Norton's Hulk film I hated. That was the worst joke in that movie. That made me cringe. That joke in that 2000 Hulk film. So I like that that Hulk is going to Hulk out. After that live the line, we see his eyes turn green, and we hear the Hulk roar, "Hulk out!" And the cut to the credits, and it just sounds like that this would have made I'm sorry, but that note that ended on this would have made a perfect sequel. I would have loved to see a sequel from this movie. Even if it still happened, I still would have liked it. But yeah, I like this movie anyway. I give it a 10 out of 10. Hulk from 23. Hulk movie. 2003. Hulk movie. I mean to say, not 23. This is my review. Yeah, so I give Hulk a 10 out of 10. That's my review on Hulk movie from 2003. I give it a 10 out of 10. Like this video, like it, hit the thumbs up, and hit the subscribe, then hit the bell. hit both in that order to subscribe to me content, please. If you like my content like this video, I do more reviews like these. That's what I mainly do. Just reviews and stuff, mostly. Whatever I think on. And that's my last review for tonight. It's nighttime now. I'm going to go let my audience go to bed and see you in the morning. I'll make 2 more videos maybe in the morning if I feel like it, okay? Which will be a few hours from now. It's like, it has to be like 1 or 2 o'clock now. Right? When I started, it was like that. So I don't know what time it is now, okay? And I've been going on for almost 30 minutes now. And now that I noticed that, I need to say goodbye.